Welcome back to Cloud 2K, and this is the Cloud Report. So I want to start this video before I jump into the basketball, because again, it's been the playoffs. It's got a lot to talk about. I do just want to say real quick, I appreciate, and I want to give a reasoning. For the last 2 weeks, I've been pretty unattentive and kind of not really active on my YouTube channel. Honestly, obviously I don't do this full time. This is not my real life job. I have a job in that I do for my apartment, for my car. You get what I'm saying? Honestly, the past 2 weeks have been insanely hectic. I've been all over the state for different things, and I've just been really tired and busy, and I haven't gave the proper love and attention to this channel that I usually do. I've been doing this, again, I'm not full-time, but I've been uploading multiple videos a week for over a year now, and it does really kind of suck when I don't fulfill my 3 or 4 videos a week, because I feel like I'm letting you guys down. And again, there's like 500 some people. It's not like I'm a huge channel, but again, people that want to watch my content, I really appreciate all of you. And you know, again, I've missed a video or 2 a week. You're probably like, whatever, it is what it is. But I try to hold myself to a standard. And when I don't hit that, it does bother me a little bit. So I took a couple of days off. I was like, okay, I'll relax. I think I uploaded like a short or 2 in the past couple of days. But honestly, I'm like, oh, I really don't feel good about this. And I think things are okay at work for now, where I can kind of fully get back into multiple videos a week and really just, you know, put my full attention into this channel. Anyway, now that I got that shit out of the way, we can get into basketball. We are a full week into the playoffs, and some series is already gone. Again, you're watching this on Monday, so I think only the OKC series is over. I don't think any of the other ones are going to be over, because it's just a lot of game 4s, and there's no other 3-0 leads. But again, the Grizzlies, they got their ass kicked. Ja Morant got hurt. I don't think it was a dirty play. I think it was a reckless play by Lu Dort. I think he was slipping and falling. He was just trying to defend the shot while he was falling. I don't think there was dirty intentions behind it. I know, obviously, fans of the Grizzlies are going to say it was dirty, blah, blah. I understand it. That's a weird conversation where I don't think a lot of these players are dirty, like the Amin Thompsons, the Lu Dorts. I think they're playing a little bit fast and reckless, and it's leading to some stuff, but I don't think it's intentionally dirty. With Amin Thompson, man, his foot got caught between Steven Adams and Draymond Green. He fell forward. He put his hands up because he was about to hit the back of Jimmy Butler. I think that was instinct to put your hands up. Again, it's very unfortunate Jimmy Butler got injured. I don't think it was intentionally dirty. I think it was just a reckless play, that it was like a bang play, that there was no ill intentions. Unfortunately, just ended in an injury. There's not really much I can say about this Thunder Grizzlies series. I mean, the Thunder were just by far the better team, and game 1, it was like a 60-point game, like a 50-point, 60-point game. It was a little bit closer game 2. Game 3, the Grizzlies were up really big in the first half, and I was like, oh shit, the Grizzlies came to play. And then Ja Morant got hurt, and they blew it in the second half, and then game 4, series is over. Grizzlies have something to really work on this offseason. I don't know if that means Ja Morant's going to be gone, Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to be gone, or Desmond Bane's going to be gone. One of them, I think, is going to be gone. I don't think you can go back into next season with those same big 3 and then think you can just work the edges and get this team to the next part. I don't know. There was real reports that Ja Morant could be gone, but now that they fired Taylor Jenkins, maybe they decide, okay, we're going to stick with Ja Morant. Maybe we trade Jaren Jackson Jr., try to find a better fitting kind of big man. Maybe like, okay, we like the Ja and Jaren pairing, which I don't really love at this point in time. And maybe we just don't think Desmond Bane's the great 3-person fit, so we look for somebody there. I don't really know. But honestly, you just cannot come into the season next year with the same team, because this team is just not good enough. And on the Thunder side, not much to say. They pretty much kicked ass the entire series without Shea being the MVP version of himself. He really hasn't. They were just so much better of a team. It didn't really matter. I don't think there's much to really say about OKC at this point in time. We can then wait and see who they play against the Nuggets and the Clippers. Like, we'll see if that's really any type of attention there. Other side, 1-8 matchup, Cavaliers Heat. The Cavs, again, are just the much better team. The Heat don't really have the guys that can keep up with the Cavaliers. I haven't really watched much of this series because there's been really no need to. I know there was the quote that Darius Garland had about just hunting Tyler Hero, and Tyler Hero kind of shot back, and it doesn't really matter. The Heat, shout out to them, the first ever 10 seed to make the playoffs with this new play-in format. They've never been good enough to compete with this Cleveland Cavalier team, and you're just seeing it right now. And again, I don't know what they do. Do they take Tyler Hero as the best player on the team next year? Do they try to look for something to replace Jimmy Butler? I don't really know. The Cavaliers are dominating without even, again, Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland being phenomenal. They haven't even needed that. They're just, these 1-8 matchups have been, the better team is winning by a large margin. We're going to get to the 2-7s. We're going to start with the Celtics and Magic, because the Celtics go up 2-0. Looks like they're running away with the series. And then there's an injury in game 3. And then now it's a 2-1 series. I don't think that it really means anything. This Celtics going to walk out in 5. The Magic just simply aren't good. Like, the role players outside of Paolo and Franz are not very good. Paolo and Franz haven't exactly been great either. I don't think Franz takes a lot of threes, which is, I guess, needed for the team's sake, but he's not really that great of a three-point shooter, like, 28%. So him taking the most threes on the team doesn't really make sense when you have a guy like KCP, who frankly just can't shoot the basketball anymore. And the fact that Corey Joseph is starting on a playoff team in 2025 shows you that this Magic team just does not have the pieces for really anything. So, honestly, if I'm the Magic, I'm looking at next year, you have Paolo, you have Franz, I still like Anthony Black. Other than that, I'm like, listen, we're looking to shop anything here to really, because we're just not good enough. You're just not good enough. And again, the Celtics, reigning champions, they're a little bit, they're kind of banged up a little bit. They're a team that lives by the three, dies by the three. And that's kind of what happened to them in game 3 as well, along with the injuries. They just took a lot of threes, didn't shoot very well. I'm not worried about it in the slightest. But if we want to talk about 2-7s, Rockets, Warriors. The Warriors are up 2-1. This has been probably the most or the second most physical series of the entire first round. This is where a lot of people have been throwing the word dirty players around because of Amin Thompson, because of Draymond Green. And it's been a physical series, and I've personally loved it. It is kind of funny to me that people are praying and wishing the NBA would go back to the 90s style of basketball, the physicality of basketball. And then when it happens, now we're just all claiming it's dirty. We're all just complaining about it. It's like, okay, at the end of the day, you guys just want to complain. You guys don't want to actually, you don't want to see it physical like the 90s. You want your team to be physical and not get called, but if as soon as another team hits you, you want the foul calls. It's got to go one way. You can't get all the foul calls while also not getting called on the other end. You get what I'm saying? If you're getting hit and they're not calling it, then shit, it's gonna happen both ways. And it seems like, and again, I don't mean this any disrespect, but Warriors fans are probably one of the biggest of, like, you know, if you call something on Draymond Green, they get all pissy. But I don't know, I'm not getting into it with Warriors fans because I know you guys are a deep fandom, and I have no problem with you guys. But this first round series, Warrior fans have really been on Twitter talking crazy about, kind of hypocritical, because I don't know, it's a whole thing, man. I don't want to get into Warriors fans. It's been a really, really fun series to watch, and we're seeing it right now, what a lot of people predicted before the playoffs, that the Rockets just don't really have that true number one guy. Jalen Green had that one really, really big game in which they won. The other couple games, he's not been that good. Steph Curry's been phenomenal, and I was a guy that, you know, going into my playoff predictions, I ended up taking the Rockets because, like, maybe we're overblowing this whole not having a number one option. Maybe we're overblowing that the Rockets are just the better team. But you're seeing it right now. Jimmy Butler, obviously before his injury, and Steph Curry are just the best two players in the series, and they are making it known. 3-6, Knicks Pistons has definitely, I think, been the most physical series doing that in the Rockets Warriors series. I'm having so much fun watching this series. The Knicks are up 2-1, and actually, as I'm recording this right now, they're playing. So by the time you see this tomorrow, you're already gonna know what the series is. That's fine. It is what it is. Jalen Brunson's been fantastic. Cade Cunningham's been pretty damn good outside of, I didn't love his game one, but I think he's been pretty damn good outside about that. Again, physicality. Cat had his big games. He also had games where he didn't score in the second half in the game they lost. Again, as of watching this, they only lost to 1. Again, I've been such a big fan. I love both of these teams to the fact where whoever wins this series, I'm happy for them. I think the Knicks have a lot going for them with Jalen Brunson, with Karl-Anthony Towns, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, all that kind of stuff. But I also really like Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren. Well, actually, I don't really love Jalen Duren's play style, but whatever. I'm a big fan of Cade Cunningham and what the Pistons have done this year. I don't think if they lose this series, it's really anything bad. And again, I'm talking like they are going to lose the series. It could be 2-2 by the time you're watching this. I don't really know. I think actually I just got the notification that the Knicks are up right now, but again, that don't fully matter. I think you take this season as a complete W, no matter how this series ends. If you're the Pistons, you have much to look forward to next season, and you're probably projecting that the 76ers are better next year, but the Pistons could solidify themselves as an annual playoff team in the Eastern Conference. And again, with the Knicks, we all know their story probably ends in the second round, where they go against, they're going to go against the Celtics in the second round. It's probably where it ends. But again, getting any type of playoff wins is great for the city of New York, and I don't really know where they go from here because they're obviously still a piece away. I'm just not really sure where that is, but whatever. 3-6 in the West, Lakers, Timberwolves. The 16 Timberwolves are up 2-1 on the Lakers. And honestly, it's been the Luka Doncic show, the sometimes LeBron James show, and then that's about it for the Lake show. See what I did there? That was pretty good. I can't even do the Lakers of 5 because Shannon Sharp's got all that shit going on right now, so I don't really want to get involved in that. But no, the Timberwolves have just been the more physical team, the faster team, just absolutely dominating the Lakers on pretty much every asset of the game. They're getting to the paint, they're getting their rebounds, because the Lakers do not have a center they can play. Man, Jackson Hayes cannot see the floor. He's just not been good this playoff series at all. Luka has been doing whatever he can. He had his flu game, game 3, and he was not very good, and they lost the game. LeBron has not been great, but again, the guy's 40 years old. I don't know how much longer we're really expecting LeBron can be this backpack carry guy, and it sucks to say. It really sucks to say, but it takes him a while to rev up now, and by the time he's revved up, this series could be over. We've not had a huge Austin Reeves game yet. Again, as I'm recording, maybe it happens. Maybe it happens tonight. Or no, actually, they played today. Maybe today Austin Reeves has a big game, and when you're watching this tomorrow, you're like, whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, Jerry Vanderbilt can't shoot the ball, so it's really hard for him to stay on the floor because they don't guard him. Dorian Finney-Smith cannot really shoot the ball, so they don't really stay on the court. He can't stay on the court because they don't really guard him. They're just not really guarding anybody outside of Luka, LeBron, Austin Reeves, and sometimes Gabe Vincent, and sometimes Rui Hachimura. That's the only players that are even somewhat guarding at this point in time. The Lakers have a big front court need, and they obviously have a big three-point shooter need. It's been that way for a while, at least with the three-point shooting need. The Timberwolves have just been playing better, man. Again, they're just a more physical team with Gobert, with Julius Randle, with Naz Reid. Rudy Gobert hasn't even had like a crazy series because they've had Naz Reid step in and do pretty much everything they've needed him to do. Anthony Edwards had game 1 where he's a passer, and then he's able to get to his spots and score the buckets like the offensive threat he is. Julius Randle's actually had a pretty damn good, I think for Julius Randle standards, been a pretty good first round. Nothing crazy, but he's been a notorious playoff dropper. So I think you kind of have to take the season or the playoff round you're getting from Julius Randle as a W. Jaden McDaniels had 2 really good games. Again, that's the time we're recording this. Pretty much was the reason they beat the Lakers in game 3. Shout out to Timberwolves, man. I took him, being a Lakers fan, I wanted to take him, but listen, I think I said it on this channel before, I never had the Lakers as a serious contender this season because they just have so many holes. But again, Lakers fans are going to say, we have Luka, we have LeBron, we can make this happen. The fact is, I just smacked my TV. The fact of the matter is, you need the pieces around this too, and outside of Austin Reeves, they just don't really have it right now. Honestly, it's been a super fun playoff run. I've enjoyed most games. The biggest one has been the Nuggets and Clippers, man. Every game they've played has been such a good, it's tied 2-2 right now as I'm recording this. They don't play until Tuesday night, so tomorrow as you watch this, they just had a win because Aaron Gordon had a game-winning putback dunk that Jokic airballed. His fingertips might have been on the ball, but honestly, as a Clippers fan, you're probably pissed off. Like, we should be at 3-1 right now. It made for a fun playoff atmosphere, and as a guy that's a neutral fan, hey, listen, we've had multiple overtime games. We've had game winners. It's been such a fun playoff series. We're getting James Harden with a good series. We're getting Kawhi Leonard pushing back the clock. We're still getting Jokic big performances. We haven't got super great first rounds from MPJ and Jamal Murray, but they've also made their timely shots. I think MPJ was basically unplayable game 1, was better game 2, and he's been kind of in and out, you know what I'm saying? But this is probably my favorite series to watch because it just seems like every game these guys are fighting. I think game 3 might have been a bit of a blowout. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head with the scores, but I think game 3 might have been a bit of a wider margin. But at least 3 of those 4 games, as of recording this, have been absolutely phenomenal. And it just shows the Nuggets still need a piece. And I think the Clippers, again, the Clippers going into the season, I think a lot of people took them super non-serious because they lost Paul George. They didn't really do much to replace them. And they're just not going to be good. They're surprising everybody, man. They're surprising everybody. Kawhi Leonard has been pretty much playing like the 2019 run of himself, the 2021 run of himself, stuff like that. And Zubac's been super good. He's doing the best he can against a guy like Jokic. I've just enjoyed every game of this series so far. And I couldn't imagine being a fan of the Nuggets or Clippers. It's probably the most just stressful time, especially a Clippers fan that, again, not a shot at Clippers fans. You guys haven't had a lot of success in your entire history. So a first round series like this has got to be like the most fun shit to ever be a part of, but also probably like the most stressful shit to be a part of. And then the last series, the Bucks Pacers, man. I took the Bucks in this series because I truly thought that Giannis being the best player in the series would matter, and that Dame coming back game 2 would help. Or was it game 3? No, I think it was game 2. He came back game 2 would help. No, the Pacers are just the better team. And it's so very obvious that something huge is happening in Milwaukee this offseason. I don't know what it is. I don't think Giannis is leaving. I just think he's going to be one of those guys that's just going to keep pushing the table, keep pushing it that, like, hey, we need to do something, keep putting pressure on the front office that we need to do something. I don't think he'll leave anytime soon. I don't know if you can really trade Dame, though, either. And it's like, okay, well, then what do you trade now? Because, Brook Lopez doesn't really have that much value as an asset that can really flip the team around. You traded Chris Middleton for Kyle Kuzma, who's just not very good. He's just not very good. You don't have a lot there in Milwaukee that you can trade, so I don't really know what is happening in Milwaukee this offseason, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was a major trade coming out of Milwaukee, because this team just for years and years, Giannis hasn't been healthy in the playoffs, and they'd be like, okay, that's an excuse. Yeah, Giannis wasn't healthy. If he was healthy, he'd be here. The team's not good enough. The team is not good enough. The Pacers are just playing really, really well, and Tyrese Halliburton keep yapping back and forth with each other. As big of a Dame fan as I am, Tyrese Halliburton is by far winning this, at least as of the recently couple of years. Not much I can really say. The Pacers are just outclassing them, but I'm just glad that for, as many series as there are, obviously the 1-8 on both sides have been whatever. Maybe the 2-7 East been whatever, but pretty much every other series has had huge, big games. I'm having so much fun watching this, and if you're online complaining about these playoff series because of the reffing or blah, every single fan base thinks the refs are against them. It's just the way it is. Every single fan base thinks the refs are favoring the other team, and the fact of the matter is, the playoffs come around, the game gets more physical. The refs are going to let players play a little bit more than they do in the regular season. Is there going to be missed calls? Yes. Is there going to be maybe sometimes a team gets better calls or more calls? Yes. People cope with their team losing by blaming the refs. It's a tale as old as time for literally every single major sport. If there's referees involved, fans are going to blame the refs over their own teams. It just is what it is. If you're finding this playoff series and you're like, instead of just enjoying this playoff series because it's been great basketball, you're taking to online to complain, brother, I just don't think you like the sport. I think that might be too far past for you. I think you're more worried about Twitter than you are basketball. Listen, this has been great. We're all loving it. People that love basketball are loving this playoff series. So please, just enjoy.